Okay.
Thank you,
Hi,
Bert.
Mr. Aldrich. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Good, good. So, tell us more about VG Wellness because everybody right now is so craving. How can I live longer, enjoy life, and on top of it, have that kind of feeling of wellness, which you are now showing to us by the mere fact the way you look. So tell us, Aldrich. Tell, tell us, Aldrich, about your company.
Okay, Boots, our company evolved and was created as a result of two best friends who were both in the health industry, got together, and through observation of their own in the Philippines, they noticed that there were pockets of really healthy living seniors up in age in their 90s, and some of them even in centenarians. And yet, there were also areas in the Philippines that weren't doing so well. Okay, so that was an observation. It lasted for about a year, and one of the partners who is a surgeon in Guam noticed that those pockets of healthy people were surprisingly active. They ate simple food. In fact, most of it they grew up from their own gardens, as opposed to a more, they would say, modern environment like Guam, where they buy everything from the store. Okay. And the difference in those two environments speaks volumes because of the food they eat. And, that observation created this partnership of saying, what can we do about that? These are health professionals got together and said, maybe we can do something, get people started on a baseline, a health baseline, where at least attracts them to start thinking about their health. See, VG
Okay.
Wellness.
Uh, yeah, Aldrich, you have anything to show us? Because I'm getting so curious about what your product is. Show me your presentation, where I'm sure
Okay,
our panelists are eager to see what is Aldrich going to present. Okay,
okay.
so let's get it.
We started out with a product called VG7, and you can see right here, if I can show you,
Mhm.
okay. And VG7 was our premier product for a whole year. And we found seven fruits and vegetables put together, and the dynamic combination of all the nutrients in those seven fruits and vegetables is what created VG Wellness. And the best way to tell you how this thing works, it's like pito pito in the Philippines, if you've heard of that. But it has seven vegetables. It has malunggay, it has mangosteen, it has ampalaya, it has gabi, kamote, siling labuyo, and papaya. And the majority of illnesses and the majority of health issues out there are caused by inflammation. And by taking VG7, it doesn't eliminate it, it prevents it. But if you eat healthy on an everyday basis, we find out that eventually those problems go away. And the best way to really share the effectiveness of our supplements is through story. And so let me just share one story with you. It's a lady in her 70s had a stroke. 6 years later, she found out about our products. A friend of hers shared it with her. And in the month, she said, this is her story to me. Her name is Nita. Nita goes, Ollie, for years, I stayed away from my friends because I couldn't talk well. I couldn't move well. And I felt like I just got on the way. And so she retreated, basically stayed home, didn't go anywhere. And prior to that, she was a very social person. So she started taking our BG7 in a month, she says. The first thing I felt was I started gaining more energy. I felt stronger. And I was actually able to walk around the house. She used to go shopping with her husband. She stopped doing that. One day she surprised him and says, Nick, I'm going to go shopping with you. Of course, her husband was startled. And then that was the beginning of it. After that, she says, I went shopping with my husband. I started calling my friends because her speech came back. And her energy level and that speech coming back gave her more confidence. And she started visiting with friends again. 9 years later, you won't be able to tell that she had a severe stroke where she couldn't walk or talk for the longest time. I mean, what a miracle. We don't know how it'll affect you, but we know that if you eat well, have a proper diet, and get the proper nutrients into your body, we have an awesome immune system that, if properly paid attention to, it will save you. And so we have other products. We also have what we call malunggay. This is called the miracle tree. Let me just share with you, the United Nations believed in it so much, they started planting it all over Africa because they found out that a serving given to a starving child once a day with a proper mix is enough nutrients for that child for the whole day. They started feeding it to their animals. Their animals started producing more milk. And it's known for that. I hear in the Philippines, when a woman's pregnant, they recommend they eat moringa because it helps in that lactation, increased lactation. So these are the few things, the few benefits. And when we started out, we picked the products that we felt Filipinos could resonate with. So when we started out, being a competitive marketplace that we were going into, we wanted to get a foothold. We wanted to make sure that our chances, were good, that we would succeed. And boy, we were right. Had no idea, but we hit it. And everyone that were familiar with our fruits and vegetables in the Philippines converted into supplemental portions, made it convenient for people. And then, of course, we added the business aspect of it because we want to address people's health, and we want to address people's wealth, and then ultimately longevity. And it's not just long life. We want to make sure that you have a long and healthy life as well. And all we ask is that you share it. And in the process of sharing, just like if you go to a grocery store today, they have uh, uh, things where if you go there, you have rebates, okay, and affiliate coupons and rewards that you can gain. We have the same thing. That's all we do. So for every product that is purchased, that volume grows for you, and we give back 5% to everybody who wants to share the message for us. And all we really ask you is that share your story, share your health story, share your success stories. And the more that you share, the more people can hear about us.
Okay, I'm wow, just a few minutes. Look at how Mr. Aldrich was saying health, wealth, health, wealth,
Longevity.
health, wealth, and really, one story can turn so many people's lives. Now, let me ask our panel of experts how they see now video wellness competing now, especially now in this world of wellness, where a lot of people would always claim, "I got to live 1,000 years old." Oh, I'm sorry, 100 years old. I got well.